You are live with Deeper Than Rap.
We get into it. Go ahead, get that out the way.
Definitely. It's Swayze Jones Music. That's SWAYZEJONES MUSIC. And also Shot by Sway. SHOTBY And then lastly, Sativa Mob. SATIVAMOB. All right?
Got a shout out to Sativa. Remind me where you from. Let me guess, though. It's definitely New England. It's definitely somewhere northeast.
New England?
You know what I'm saying? That New England area. New York, Philly, like that whole little part of it. Where are you from?
I'm from Maryland.
Okay, I can tell the aggression. I think the one thing I really appreciated with the performance was, that's what we was talking about. Honestly. We were saying, like, you don't give a fuck. Like, you really, like, yo, this is my shit. My shit hard, bro. And it's tight, though. It's really tight. How long did it take to develop that comfortableness? Is that a word? That comfortableness to get on stage and kind of pursue that energy?
Man, I started performing at, like, talent shows at, like, a young age. You know, just getting out there and doing that. But I have a really outgoing personality, so I've never been shy.
So that's you anyway. That's you all day. Okay, facts. I mean, like, literally, you'll see in the footage, but she was calling out people. It was lit. So just kind of staying on the vibe of performance-wise, what do you feel? How do I ask this? All right, when you're performing for an audience, right? How important is audience and interaction? So is this super important, or you kind of, because you kind of had the vibe like, I'm gonna be turned regardless of people, because I DJ. So when I DJ, if the crowd isn't fucking with it, I start to sometimes I'm like, man, fuck this shit. But like as time went down and people got a little tired, you actually got more aggressive. Mm-hmm. So how much do you pay attention, I guess, to audience interaction?
Yeah, you gotta feed off the energy, right? But you don't make your performance, because a lot of times artists do get frustrated, and then when they're like, oh, y'all this ain't going, all right, y'all ain't fucking with me, you know what I'm saying? It's not like that, and they get mad at the audience and start yelling at the audience. Right. I do it in a playful way, you know, but at the end of the day, you have to take it back to what you are. You know, I'm an MC. You're the master of the ceremony, right? Mm-hmm. So you control the crowd, you know what I mean? So it's just like being a DJ. Mm-hmm. So by your energy and what you give off, they react. You know what I'm saying? That's why at the end I was like, nah, y'all gonna get up today. You know
yeah, facts. It was lit. It was tight. Man, so how long have you been in Atlanta?
Since 2014, so about 4 years.
Okay, Atlanta versus, I know it's the state, Atlanta versus Maryland. Mm-hmm. Music scene wise, what's popping in what specific city in Maryland? Shout your city out.
Bowie,
Maryland. Okay, what's popping out there music wise?
Oh man, of course we had Wale before Wale got there, but it's really, I grew up on go-go.
Oh, okay, so okay, past the peas and all that.
Different type of vibe,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? When you come down here, but I've been down here for 4 years, so, but for me it's more so the scene, the hip hop scene. I don't want to say artists don't really support each other up there, but you get more of that down here, you know. Right. And it's not to say they be hating, but it's just... It's
so crazy that you say that, because I have a homie, he actually just moved to D.C., and he said it's like that. He's there on a corporate tip, but he said artist-wise, he said it's not very friendly. Right. And is that, for that whole area up north, is it just because of the competition? Is that why? Or people just be hating?
I don't know. I think it's really something about Atlanta. I think some of the culture of Atlanta is the music, right? Because I went to college in North Carolina and was the same way. People would support you until you were about to get to that next level.
Oh, really?
And they'd be like, you know, they just fall off.
So you're saying the initial support is there, but if they see that you kind of fight, they're like, all right.
Yeah, they start dropping off, you know? So that's something crazy down here that I really respect. You know, artists will come up to you at the end of the show. Mm-hmm. Like, that didn't really happen in North Carolina. I mean, people would be like, oh, yeah, you were dope. But artists really come and they're like, yo, you were amazing. I want to work with you. Right. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. So it's just a different type of energy. And it's a different type of networking avenue for artists out here. You know,
I agree. So Atlanta's better than Maryland, basically. That's what she said. She's one of us now. She's ATL down now. Last question before you get out of here. What you got next, project-wise? What you dropping? What's coming up? You said you got the clothing line. What's coming next? Next thing.
So definitely shout out B Simp, man, with Sativa. We got some new stuff coming out, some new shirts, some new socks, new hoodies, all that good stuff. But aside from that, working back in the studio, getting some music together, and also I shoot of course. So I do videography, working on a TV show called The Other Room. So be on the lookout for that with Shay Mack and the Genesis firm, and it's going to be crazy. It's just crazy. So.
Just follow her on there, and you'll see everything that you need to see. Because clearly she got a lot going on. But once again, that's DJ Haven. Shout out to Best Buy. That's a little secret. But appreciate you so much for checking us out. Thank you. Put a jacket on. You're going to freeze. Right? So we're at the Kween event. I have the wonderful Miss Kween Sheba. You guys are going to see in the footage. She just killed the live performance. I'm going to let you do your introduction, though. Go ahead.
Thank you. My name is Kween Sheba. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. I've lived here in Atlanta since 2005, so 13 years now. I love Atlanta, and unless something really huge moves me, I'm going to be here forever. Sorry, I got to make my mouth.
I feel like I got gum, too. So your performance was dope, first and foremost.
Thank you.
So I was really paying attention to the poetry, but then you just switched it on us, and you gave us the rock vibes. Now, I grew up listening to Linkin Park, Hybrid Theory.
Yeah, so you caught that at the end.
Yeah, so I was singing this. So when you was like, turn up, I was like, okay, cool. Yeah. So tell me, how much of an influence were those guys as artists to your art?
Well, ironically, I actually grew up in a white household in the city of Detroit, not in the suburbs. I was adopted by white people. So we listened to a lot of REO Speedwagon, R.E.M., Linkin Park, Chicago, The Doors growing up. And then, of course, crept in. I grew up with the music of the 80s and then, of course, the 90s. So then, of course, Will Smith came along with his very...
Right. Parents don't understand.
Yeah, exactly. So, and then there was X-Clan and then all of that, the whole hip-hop movement. So... it was a mix of both.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a mix of both. So I really liked in the early 2000s, and of course now when rock and hip hop meet, when Jay-Z did the rock and hip hop mesh with Linkin Park.
What was it called? The mashup.
The mashup.
I listened to that religiously, still to this day.
So it's great. I love the under drums of African rhythm plus the rock guitar. Dope.
And the melodies from rock music is always supreme. So which art form do you feel like you can express yourself the best? Because you killed it on the poetry side. Like, there was a lot of angst I felt from the poetry, which was a good angst. We had good messaging, good lyrics with it as well. But then on the rock side, I saw a different side. And it's crazy because I actually saw like a more happy side from the rock side. And usually when I look like for Linkin Park with Chester, it was like very much angst. So it seems like
and one of them passed away this year.
Chester. Yeah. So which one do you feel like you express yourself the best in?
I feel like I express myself the best with poetry and hip hop. I can rap a little bit. I know how, but I'm not like a rapper.
Okay, I got you.
You know what I mean? So I think that's the best way to tell stories. Rakim told great stories, Biggie told great stories, Tupac told great stories. And I listen to them, and even Jay-Z tells great stories. And I think that's the basis of spoken word, is that we want to tell our story in the voice of the people. I'll let it get out there so people can make healthy decisions for themselves. This maintenance drives me nuts. Okay.
I feel you. Okay, so my next question would be, musically, artistically, what do you feel is more important? A song, the drum. Okay, so you get right to the meat. So the beat is the most important element of music to you?
No. The most important element is the lyrics, is the message.
Okay.
But I feel like if you have that drum, if you have that drum beat, if you have the bass, if you have the 808, then that's what draws that ancestral spirit out of us.
Right. Yeah. Something about drums, because I produce as well too. I'm a DJ, so something about drums in general. It feels very, like you said, ancestral, very tribal, very old. I know that I can really connect with. So what inspired you, I guess, to originally do poetry? With a lot of the rock, you said the rock influence was like the base of your artistic.
Well, hip hop is the base of my artistic expression, and I think that the rock was just kind of like the sprinkles on top of the cake. So, I think that what was your original question? Sorry. Yeah. So I think that for me, the most important part is the hip hop element with spoken word, the lyrics, and then of course if you add other genres to it. I've done music with modern jazz great Michael Phillips. He's also on my album. He was with Hidden Beach, and so you can do jazz, you can do soul, you can do whatever with spoken word, but the message is the most important.
The message is the most important. I agree with that. If you're making good music but doesn't have a message, you ain't really doing too much.
But you know what? That's why we love Kendrick Lamar, because he is like, we can make it, we can do it, stay humble, but I love my bitches too. You know
Exactly.
what I mean?
And it was crazy because I went to his performance at the Georgia. He performed for the for the college game.
Yeah.
And it was crazy because it's just all these white people, right?
Yeah.
And they're vibing, and I'm like, he's saying some real like pro-black stuff, which I think is dope. It's
and you can't be afraid.
right, but they don't even know this. So
Yeah.
that's amazing. So what do you have coming next artistically? What's your next project? What you got next? You got a lot going on.
I do have a lot going on. Poetry versus hip hop. Don't forget that. Poetry versus hip hop. Poetry versus hip hop. Poetry versus hip hop. We do 2 all-star shows in Atlanta. So May 1st is the next one. It is at aisle 5 in
Little 5 Points. That's my stomping grounds right there.
So come through. It's a Tuesday.
Okay.
So get your sleep on. Call off Wednesday.
Okay.
You start coughing right now. Like I said on stage.
Facts.
But it's Tuesday night, May 1st, and it's part of Tamika Fest. Tamika Harper, her name is Georgia Me. She's an amazing, iconic poet here in Atlanta. She's from Zone 1. She's proud of the West Side. She has been on every season of Def Poetry, The City, and a million more accolades. I'm really selling this short right now. But the city of Atlanta gave her May 4th as Tamika Harper Day, just like Martin Luther King
Really?
Day. Yes. So 10 years ago, she created the Tamika Fest. And instead of being selfish and keeping the day for herself, she created a 10-fucking-day festival that she shares with poets, comedians, and singers, and now hip-hop artists, and film artists, visual artists from all around the world. And she honors people. This year, we're honoring Sonia Sanchez. We're honoring Jasmine Guy. We're honoring Mayor Andrew
Younger.
No.
Not Andrew Young.
No, that's Detroit. I'm like, wait, wrong
You're in
city.
Atlanta
I'm in
now.
Atlanta.
Facts. Wait, so how long has this been going on? Because I've never
10
heard.
years. So this is Tamika Fest 10.
Are you for real?
Yeah,
I'm from Atlanta,
Yeah,
so
so you gotta
I'm
come.
ashamed to not.
Yeah.
So what is the date again? One more time.
So it starts on Saturday, April the 28th, and goes all the way until May 4th or 5th.
Okay,
I
perfect.
think the 5th is a Saturday, so May 4th or 5th.
My birthday's May 3rd, so I will be turned
Okay.
that whole weekend.
Yeah. So Tamika Fest, Poetry versus Hip Hop is May 1st.
For sure.
Follow us on Instagram is the easiest way. I post on there every day. Poetry versus Hip Hop.
I like it. So you heard it from her first. Thank you so much for the interview.
Oh, you know what? What I didn't tell you was that our feature for Poetry versus Hip Hop is Big Rube from the Dungeon Family.
Oh, word. Yo, he came to because I went to school at Georgia Southern. I say that all the time. And he came and he did his spoken word thing. He gave us a long sit down talk for like an hour. He was just going in behind the whole Dungeon Family thing, the Outcast. And this was right before that ATL last concert too. So it was just I rock with the Dungeon Family.
Yeah,
so it's gonna be lit. It's gonna be lit. It's Deep in the Rap. We out here. Appreciate you once again.
Yes, thank you so much.
No
I
problem.
appreciate you.
You have a good one. Once again, it's Deeper Than Rap. I'm here with the lovely Miss Aqua. Hey, how you doing today?
Peace, how are you?
I'm good. You got your partner right here too? What's your name, bro?
Jamel.
Nice to meet you, Jamel. I'm DJ Haven. So tell me what you guys got going on right now.
So a whole bunch of plant-based cuisine that basically sold out almost. But we got some raw fruit parfaits. We have some Korean cauliflower. We also have some sesame kale salad. And we, for the drink, we had arugula basil lemonade. And that's what we have.
So would you say that majority of the food you make is healthy?
It is, most definitely. And it's filled with love and light. So, yeah.
What inspires you to make healthy food instead of just, throwing out some McDonald's out there?
Because, yes, that's a good one. As a collective, we definitely need to advance on our health. We are so used to being kind of cheap with our food and how we treat our bodies. And I think our intentions should definitely expand when it comes to our health. So I feel like that's just a part of my work.
To that. I would also like to add that we suffer from a lot of problems in our community, like diabetes, high blood pressure, strokes, and those things are actually mineral deficiencies. This type of food gives you all of the minerals and nutrients that you need in your diet.
For sure. But thank you guys so much. This is Deeper Than Rap. Check us out. It's DJ Haven. I'm here with the ladies of the night. She writes it all on Lost Kite. First of all, congratulations. The event was crazy. I haven't really seen an event with the setup like that. What inspired y'all to do this anyway?
Well, not too long ago, about a year ago, I came up with the concept Kween, keeping women entrepreneurs empowered by networking. Just thought about it as a way to bring women together, entrepreneurs together. So I brought the idea to my very dynamic friend and now co-promoter for the event, and she took it to a new level with me, and it's no way that it would have been as much of a success had we not partnered together.
I agree. Collaboration is great.
Everything.
Yes.
It's everything. But let me shamelessly plug this one right here. She hosts an event every month called Say Word ATL, and like this Say Word ATL is like an introduction to this right here. And then she brought me along, and we just made the Kween showcase off of basically taking Say Word ATL and like increased upon it to make this. So this was all her. It was all her.
Hashtag Say Word ATL.
Hashtag.
I like it. I like it. I like it. So. With all the performers, you had a lot of good performers. Where did you guys find the artists? Like, did you just search through Instagram, or did you know them personally, or how did y'all go about finding people?
Again, the partnership is important. I'm gonna let Tosh speak on that.
Okay.
I guess that was my major contribution. Like every artist that performed, I've seen them perform, and I saw them, and I said, "Damn," and that was it. Like if I say damn to your performance, like I'm gonna book you in any show, and all of them came through. They did an amazing job. I mean, ladies brought the house down. What can I say?
Yeah.
I agree. I agree. So, what do you feel? You guys feel like you're gonna do another event coming soon?
Yes.
When's the next one? I need to know right now. It's a little too soon. A little too soon.
How about we gonna do some type of block party situation? Let's just put it.
I want to
like
do a
that.
block party, but I need to DJ the block
I
party.
like that.
I need to co-DJ the block
Saturday for now.
But this Kween Showcase event, it will be an annual event. This was the inaugural one, and y'all saw how ridiculous it was. It's only get bigger and better come 2019, 2020. Let's go. There's no stopping us.
I'm excited. I'm ready. I'm super ready. So tell them where they can find you at before we get out of here.
I am at She Writes It All. Everything spelled properly. She Writes It All. That's at everything. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
And where can they find you, Taj?
I mean, it's kind of redundant. They can find me where they're watching this video.
You dig. It is DJ Haven. You can find me at DJ Haven _ as always.
My show too.
You dig. Deep in the rap.
Double dipping ass. Double dipping.